Your own communities, you said you had your own culture, separate from us. So now that you're in trouble, you want to claim blackness?
You want me to advocate for a group of people, for a community that, generally speaking, collectively, does not refer to themselves as black.
There is a real tension between the Black Americans and the Somali Americans. Yes, after the recent political attack.
TikTok supports white supremacy, so do you. And I went to your following. And unsurprisingly, I saw all those conservatives that you were following. The black community is not attacking Somali people. This administration is attacking Somali people. The black community is calling out the Somali people like yourself that even though you are seeing this administration call you liars, thieves, criminals, and are trying to deport you, saying that your IQs are inherently low, you are on the internet talking about black Americans. In fact, you don't have a video going over all the things this administration has said about your people. Instead, you have opted to demonize black Americans. There are many definitions for what you are doing, but black Americans have another word for this. I actually don't like that word. But you have a wonderful day.
African American community is the only community that has the power in this country to change anything. They are the only ones that are going to save the Latinos. And I clap for the African American.
Bravo, bravo. That's what they look at black people as. The help. Not as allyship, just disposable help. Someone that they could put in front of them as a shield. And that's why a lot of these white Cubans left Cuba. It's not necessarily because of politics or ideology. It's because of racial equality. Before the Cuban Revolution, they used to discriminate against black Cubans. It was legal. Black Cubans didn't have access to healthcare or education, and they lived in poorer conditions where they served the white Cubans. After the Cuban Revolution, all that changed. They start promoting racial equality. Black Cubans start having access to healthcare, access to education. And a lot of white Cubans, that made them feel uncomfortable. They were used to the old Cuba, where they had an upper advantage on the black Cubans. They're not going to bring this information up freely. That's why when she says save us, servitude, you're nothing but the help, disposable help. Make my white Cuban life a little bit easier and comfortable since our white savior, Trump, is deported.
Americans who's concerned with the Somali business is the ones who have no life. They have a lot of time in their hand. They broke. They don't have no money, no ambition, nothing. They don't even have hobbies. They depressed. They lonely. You know, it's always those type of people who care about situations like this. You know? People who have something going on for their life, right? They're busy in their career, their family, they're taking vacation, they're enjoying their life. You know, they're not concerned with the Somalians in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Only people you will see who's worrying about this is not even racist. They just broke. They just don't have anything going on. They're broken spiritually, physically, and financially. That's what it is.
Like, don't piss in my mouth and then call it lemonade. Because what's the derogatory word for white people that's colonizing your land to this day? And for the Caribbean and Africans that say we don't have any culture, and come on now, we can already debunk that. What's your culture? And don't tell me food. It's to the point where I don't even want to date a Caribbean or African that has a coon mindset unless you have a rider mindset. And black Americans built this country, not Africans, don't you forget.
Why aren't black people helping Latinos riot against ICE in LA? Let's talk about it. There are three types of black people who are sitting these protests out. Number one, the black Trump supporter who voted for deportations. Number two, the Kamala Harris supporter who voted overwhelmingly for Kamala and then saw that Latinos overwhelmingly voted for Trump and they're like, y'all need our help now? Oh, hell no. And number three, the older black people who are like, what are y'all up to? Oh, and there might be one other type of black person too. The kind of black person that hears something like this.
I don't think black people have a right to tell white people or Hispanics what they can and cannot say. And that means if a black person wants to use the N-word, that means a white person also can use the N-word because all lives matter, not just Black Lives Matter. So with that said, we need to stop cancel culture. It is anti-American. It is anti-free speech. And if you can say the N-word, so can I, whether you like it or not. It doesn't affect your freedom, but you're sure affecting mine by telling me that I can't say it because I'm not Black. So make the N-word great again.
Okay, well, how about we make ICE great again too, bitch? It's a little weird that not only are Latinos pressed, but white folks are asking, why aren't Black people out there protesting? Y'all usually ask, why are we protesting? It's almost as weird as this roll off full of rocks that just so happen to be right in LA, right where the riots are, all cut off evenly, no construction around, just so happen to be there so people can start throwing them. Is that why y'all want Black people out there? So y'all can get staged video footage to roll on cable news all night long showing unity and violence against Trump? Stop trying to use us. And all I keep hearing is, Blacks and browns, we gotta stick together. Blacks and Latinos, we're brothers, we're one. Okay, well, I'm gonna need you to have that outlook for more than just rioting and violence. I'm gonna need you to have that in the job market too, because Blacks can't get a job in LA. Latinos hire Latinos, whites hire Latinos. If you don't come to LA already in a job that moved you to LA, or you own your own business, you're not working in LA. You know who's working in LA? All the people that they want us to protest to come here. So Black people, the next time you're asked, why aren't you out there protesting with the Palestinians or with illegal immigrants? Just let them know you put in the same amount of effort that they put in to get Black reparations.
Have you noticed a growing conversation online about immigration, deportation fears, and political alliances? As immigration enforcement becomes a major topic again, some immigrant communities are expressing concern about what could happen to them and their families. Many are worried about deportation, legal status issues, and uncertainty about the future. At the same time, many people are pointing out a major reality. Black Americans who are US citizens are not facing deportation because they are citizens of the country. And that difference has sparked a heated debate. Some immigrant activists and community members have argued that Black Americans should support them during this moment. This reasoning is that many immigrants supported cases like Black Lives Matter and broader racial justice movement over the years. Their message is simple: we stood with you. Now we need you to stand with us. On the surface, that may sound reasonable, but that is exactly where the controversy begins. Many Black Americans are responding by saying that support cannot simply be requested whenever a community finds itself in trouble. They argue that solidarity must be built through trust, consistency, and mutual respect. And according to many voices online, that trust simply isn't there.
We need to stop this drama between African Americans and Somalis in the States, because I can see both of the arguments. Some Somalis might argue that this drama is being initiated by African Americans, that African Americans interjected themselves into this madness, which is Somali American citizens being attacked by their president simply because of their ethnicity. And many Somalis argued that it is because of their skin color. And this ticked off a lot of African Americans because they said, oh, but didn't you say that you're not Black? Well, if you're not Black, then you can't ask for help because someone is attacking you because of your skin color and stuff like that. But one huge difference that we need to understand is that when Somalis say they are not Black, they mean culturally, ethnically, they are not Black. Or in other words, they don't identify with their skin color, but the rest of the world identifies them by their skin color. So a Somali can enter a store, and before he entered that store, he was a Somali, but the moment he entered that store clerk followed him around because he saw a teenage black boy. And that is what they mean when they are being targeted because they are black, because of their skin color. However, I also understand the other argument. Many African Americans have a negative view of the Somali community because they feel like they spew derogative terms against certain Africans, against other African people in the diaspora, calling them names like Jarer, where some Somalis will claim that it is not negative, but 9 times out of 10, that name or that slur is being used in a negative term, whether you want to admit that or not. And that is something we definitely need to stop. So what can we do with this knowledge to move forward? Well, African Americans can try to see how other Africans view color and view race from their lenses, and understand that when they mean that they are being treated worse because they are black, it doesn't mean that they identify with the black culture that was made in African Americans in America. They mean that the color of their skin is the reason why they are being treated badly. Whether they identify with being black or not won't change their skin color. That label was made by racial hierarchy. And one thing Somalis can do is to look at the backlash and the strong reactions they are getting from their fellow Africans, including African Americans, and notice that it is rooted in feeling like they are being insulted or feeling like they are being looked at in a different way by Somali communities. And we have to be honest and really dive deep into say, okay, yes, this is true. There are certain things that are being used in a negative way towards African Americans, and we have to definitely look into that. African Americans and Africans at all. We can't just look into it. We have to really stop it. So these are the things that we can do to move forward.
Critics point to years of tension on social media and in public discussions. Many Black Americans argue that while some immigrant communities are asking for support today, there were times when members of same communities openly criticized Black Americans, mocked Black culture, and distanced themselves with Black identity. Some people claim they were told Black Americans have no culture. Others point to online posts and videos where people said they were not Black and did not want to be associated with Black Americans. There are also complaints about a lack of assimilation and a tendency by some groups to maintain distance from the broader Black American community while still benefiting from civil rights gains that Black Americans fought for. Whether every accusation is fair or not, these feelings clearly exist. And because of that history, many Black Americans are asking difficult questions. If unity is so important now, where was the same unity before? For many, this debate is not actually about immigration. It is about accountability and reciprocity. And it is about whether genuine alliances were ever built in the first place. As a result, many people are saying they don't want to become involved and believe each community should handle its own political battles. And on the other side, supporters of unity argue that focusing only on the past disagreements solves nothing, and they believe communities facing challenges should work together, especially when political and economic pressures affect multiple groups. Their position is that division weakens everyone, but critics respond that unity cannot be one-sided. They argue that genuine solidarity is demonstrated before a crisis, not only when help is needed. And that's the bigger issue at the center of this debate. What does real solidarity actually look like? Is it automatic because groups share certain struggle? Or is it something that must be earned through years of mutual support and respect? Share your thoughts in the comment section below, and kindly remember to keep it respectful. And if you want more breakdowns like this, Kindly hit the subscribe button to join our family. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.